Hey, so welcome to part two of the Life Hub vlog. In this segment is going to be more of like a podcasty feel where I get to sit down with both Chris and Courtney, and we just get to know them a little bit, have a discussion about the gym, how it was created, I guess just a little bit of history behind it. Unfortunately, I did make the mistake of not charging my camera, or at least rocking up and realizing it was on like 30%. So the whole vlog, I was literally just trying to like get as much as I could and just make sure I didn't run out of battery. But unfortunately, that means when we got to the sit down part, that we only caught about 12 minutes of the 30-minute chat, which is really unfortunate because I remember sitting down with doing just as we're like really nailing into some great, so I'll call it content and information. It cut out, so I apologize for that, but I am going to upload at least the 12 minutes that I do have, and then just give you a little bit of a spill at the end about, I guess, the gym. Yeah, that's why it's going to be such a short little podcast setting, but I hope you enjoy it. So let's make it happen now. Let's introduce you to Chris and Courtney. Let's go. Guys.
Yo.
Life Hub.
Yo.
Life Hub. I guess let's firstly introduce ourselves. I'm Lucas, you know me.
I'm Courtney, one of the trainers at Life Hub.
I'm Chris, the founder of Life Hub.
And I would love to know, like, you guys run an exceptional show here. So like literally walking up from the get-go, it's just like, it's a vibe set. Like I walk through and you've got the stairs that are coming up and straight away you've got the graffiti. You got the graffiti coming up and it looks so cool. And then you walk upstairs, you've got the dimmed lights, the red that's really like showing everything, music's pumping and everyone's going. Like, where does that come from? You know, like how did that vibe kind of start? Was this always the plan leading in?
It was always a plan to create something that was a place between work and home that makes you better at work and home.
Yeah.
And it was always a plan to create a sanctuary. So a place that you could escape, that you could cut loose, gain clarity, and realize, I guess, strength that goes beyond the workout. When it sort of comes to, I guess, implementing that plan, it was like, how do I get people to leave the world behind? And when they're here, be here. So that way, they'll do the work, they'll get it done, they'll forget about the shit, leave it behind, come out stronger and be able to face their day. So, I mean, any which way, whether it's graffiti, whether it's in neons, whether it's in bright lights and red, whatever, to just shock you out of your head, just get you out of it and get you into this, that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah. And previously, like, did you have a lot of thought going in behind this? Like, how long did it take you to kind of come up with the idea of Life Hub? And then when did you implement it? Like, where were you training beforehand, and when did Life Hub come into the picture?
Yeah, so at the age of 17, I dropped 40 kilos. So I never planned, I was probably more brain than brawn.
Yeah.
So I never planned to be in the health and fitness industry, not part of my bigger picture. I actually wanted to have clubs and stuff though, and like event spaces and stuff like that.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, so it's all about melding as well. So when
Yeah.
I was younger, I actually had fashion labels, 18, 19, 20, I sort of grew 2 labels that were distributing Australia-wide. One was manufactured in Melbourne, one was manufactured in Indonesia. I was always around fitness and I didn't want to spend money for the labels, so I was working at the gym. And just one day I started coaching. At that point I wasn't qualified, but we're talking like 16 years ago. And then I quickly got qualified. Back then you could do a cert 3 and 4 in about 3 weeks. You know, hopefully things have changed now.
A little bit. Still pretty easy.
Yeah.
But the ones that stick in there are the ones that are gonna go do their own due diligence and other research past it.
Yeah.
But 4 weeks, I'd say, is pretty quick.
Yeah, and then I actually had a tragedy. I had my wife's sister take a life, and that's when I was like, I need to have more impact in the world, and I'm selling shit to people, selling people things they don't need, you know what I mean? And I need to have a greater impact, and like health and wellness and fitness and had given me so much, and I had to do a lot of mental work at that period as well. I had PTSD coming through that period, and coming out, I was on Zoloft, I was medicated, and I was like, I need to learn how to get off these things. I need to learn how to control my mind, and I knew how to sort of channel that energy through my body as well. So that's probably where the seed of Life Hub was planted. From there, you know, I left the fashion industry, I sold those labels, and I entered fitness and started working, I guess, at a mainstream gym. Built up. At a point when I was about, I guess, your ages, like, you know, 25, I had a full book of clients, doing about 40 appointments a week. But I also knew as a great coach, it took more than being a personal trainer. I knew it was more than that hour there. I was I guess I was a case manager. You know, I was part nutritionist, part physio, part obviously movement, part goal strategy, part counsellor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Seems to be that role of a PT,
great
a coach right now.
Great
Yeah.
coach. You need to be,
100%.
right? So then it was like, wait a sec. But the people who could access me, you know, someone who needs to create change might need to see me 3 times a week. right? That's a $240 barrier. It was too much for most people. So the people who could afford me were CEOs and directors, and I was just a glorified rep counter. You know what I mean? They wanted me because I was an accessory. And I knew I needed to. I wanted to work with like 20 something, 30 something, 40 something, and we got up to 70 somethings here. I wanted to work with people who wanted more from life and didn't have
maybe
the
not
barrier of X. You know what I mean? I'm like,
being able to actually access you more readily rather than having to go, all right, well, this is going to be the cost of it. I'd just rather go to a Genesis, which is going to cost me like $15 to $40 a month. Why not have access to a grade A coach and all of that knowledge for a reasonable price?
Yeah, and that was it, man. Court's exercise science background, Bree's exercise science background, Nate's, we got a physio, we got a dietitian. So I've got like the biggest thing, and now I work with leading meditation teachers, breathwork coaches, ice therapy, and or it's a party, whatever we need to do to create a community, to give them everything that they're going to need to succeed. That was it. It was bringing in a price point that was going to be less than one PT per week, and they could have unlimited access to everything that they would need. That was, I guess, the seed of life of it. It just evolved,
Yeah, it's evolved.
Crazy.
I'd say evolved a lot.
Yeah.
It's still growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because you are opening your second gym, correct?
Yeah. So opening another site in Geelong, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
It's one of our coaches here. We'll be partnering up to take on that area.
It's exciting times, man. So it is officially growing, and I personally just like to vouch for that. Like I see your Instagram, and I'm always so shocked and so happy to see how much you guys venture out. Like I think I've seen you guys do the Wim Hof breathing, the ice baths. I see constant meditations, different strength, and you guys, I think we've gone through some coaching together, and you've openly talked about how you want to expose yourself and all the other coaches into different styles of training and different coaches and different training methodologies. And from the get-go, that is what every coach should be striving for, but everyone always finds a reason why they can't go off and venture and grow themselves. So every time I see that, that's something I'm always like, I'm so happy to see that, and I'm like always so wanting more and more PTs to do it.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
I think it's super important. Like I consider us a bit of a melting pot. Like I started actually fighting, boxing, kickboxing, spent time fighting in Thailand in the camps. Then I was in bodybuilding, trained a lot of competitors, fitness models, stuff like that. And I was in CrossFit for years as well. And for us, it was about taking the best of those. I look at different, practices. I look at CrossFit, it's very much a performance-based sport. I look at your bodybuilders, they're very much a physique-based sport. And then I think about maybe your yogis, Pilates, and maybe think more on the physiology-based. I would say we run the intersection of physique, physiology, and performance, where I think there's greatness in all of it. I think some of them go down the rabbit hole of maybe what they do, and we peg it back for general population, so I guess they can get the most out of that. So that gets us, we need to be uncomfortable. We need to get to that extreme as well, to get familiarized with it, see what we love about it, see what maybe we don't love as much, and then obviously implement that here.
And Court, a little bit about you. We've been chatting. So your background is exercise science.
Yeah, exercise sports scientist. I also have a background in Masters of Teaching as well. But yeah, so background, when I was younger, I played a lot of high-level netball, a lot of high-level sport. So I was, loving that type of like high intensity, but always doing strength training, always doing our rehab. So I kind of just always wanted to continue to be in that type of environment growing up and finishing school, and just being able to share my passion now to others is just like amazing. I remember having a little group meeting the other day, and it was just kind of taking that gratitude moment, being like, wow, like I feel so grateful that I really love my job. Like a lot of people can be stuck in places, and it's just so nice that I've been able to come here to Life Hub and not just be here with work colleagues, but with family. So, and it's just not just them, it's also the members as well. It's just such an amazing, safe place, and it's just great that everyone can just get along, and just love that now I get to be a part of this amazing crew, and now I get to also just learn and share what I know and my knowledge, and hopefully give others some like empowerment to want to just keep training and just, be their best self.
And the most incredible energy, like 24/7, like doesn't stop. Just like fucking energize the bunny, like
I got to see it firsthand. I've seen the dance.
Well, I thrive off everyone else's though. They give it to me. But yeah, it's just been an amazing time being able to come here, especially with all our lockdowns that we've had this year. like starting in, I think it was like June or something. I've done 3 lockdowns
Yeah,
with you
she was
guys.
fresh in. She came in during lockdown.
I felt like I had my first day like 4 times in a row, but like now it's just been, it's good. I feel like we're only up from here.
Yeah, we went crazy. Like,
Yeah.
we had a crazy month and a bit back, month and a half back, and we kind of rebounded to pre-COVID like within that period, which is incredible. Like our community came back and brought friends. And, yeah, it's just grown.
It's just
so
soared.
it's been awesome.
It's awesome because that like month was pretty confusing. It's like, hey, okay, we're open back up, everyone's coming in, we're training, and it's like, goodbye.
Yeah. It's definitely been crazy. I mean, even that Geelong venture, we originally signed the lease March 21st last year. March 23rd went to closure. They had to burn that by October, November last year. Find a new site, new planning permit, new building, new everything. We end up going bigger and better. So, I mean, here comes 2022.
I'm so pumped to see it. So I'm definitely going to do one of these for Geelong too. It's going to be sick.
I'm going to have a bit of FOMO. It gives people a vision of, I guess, what the future life hubs will be looking like. Because here, it started with humble beginnings. It was just me. Now we've got a whole crew team and a massive community.
Yeah.
So this one, we're going hard straight away.
I would like to discuss, right? I'd like to discuss why do you think the gym is important or exercise is important for the general person, right? So like it's really easy for people to see on the outside, like, hey, there's a gym, but not a lot of people understand why it's so important for every individual to maybe commit to a gym and commit to that healthier versions of themselves. What would you guys say to that? Like, why is gym important?
I think it offers like the 3 pillars of health, which is physical, mental, and social. So we've got all 3 all in one for this one safe place. So I think that's like the most important thing. People aren't just coming here to improve their physical adaptations or their strength training. They're here to, socialize and improve their mental health and just reduce their levels of stress, or like Chris said, we're not just trainers here, we're like psychologists, we're counsellors, we're family. So I feel like
we're not psychologists.
we're not.
We're not, but we listen.
We listen and help.
But you know what I mean. Like it's just, I feel like we've just got that big, that whole package,
Yeah.
So I feel like it's important for anyone to just give it a go. Like don't be scared. I know it can be daunting walking into any gym. But once you start, especially coming up here, walking up these stairs, like I'm sure.
And as you can see, just as things start to get really juicy in the conversation, unfortunately, cuts out. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Now, I hope with the chat that we did get to have with Courtney and Chris, you did get to see a little bit into their character and how much care goes into the behind the scenes of Life Hub. You can see that they really strive to create an environment where everyone can go in and thrive on not just the fitness and training aspect, but there's a community aspect. They're trying to hit all of the pillars of fitness, where it's not just the physical, they're going for the mental, the spiritual, and making sure that they can help you and help guide you wherever you're wanting to go in your fitness and life journey. And you can really see that throughout the gym, you can see that throughout our discussion, and you can just see that almost just bleeding from them when they talk. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. This is the end of the Life Hub experience. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I had a great time jumping in, training with the whole crew, having these discussions with the coaches. So please don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.